keep forgetting to say something to one of you guys about just grabbing some trash bags at the arena from Vic.
I'll do it. Hey, he might come out today. I'll ask him.
Okay, tell him if he does, bring a bunch of them.
So, do I just press the 1+ when they get run, or do I manually put 1?
You manually put 1.
Is that
What, for the run?
Yeah.
No, you can hit +1 on those.
Okay.
Try one? Yeah, I like that. Oh, okay. So I would say do whatever you want.
Ooh, that looks like.
Do whatever you don't want to do.
Wait, where's the go?
He's coming over here.
Got the water.
Hey, if you come out to baseball, would you bring some big trash bags out? Because if you end up having them out, I'll bring some out later. They don't. The city doesn't. No problem. This city just doesn't do a good job of putting trash bags out here. Okay. Thanks.
Do we have our guys walk up
Yeah,
here?
it's right there. It's labeled 2019 Walker.
Okay.
And then there's like the national anthem. You want to hear our graphic opinion? That's what I did last time. Yeah.
The 2-second baseman,
Right here.
Schmitty did that a couple weeks ago. Bill Stevenson did it last week.
Yeah. And then, like, there's a bunch of songs
It's
here.
a bad thing that I
What the hell's going on?
Grandpa, it's
What?
not that big that I know.
I can do right next to me. And I'm having computer issues over here.
I was just trying not to go too hard, like over and over again, you know? Like gangster rap 10 times in a row is too much. He said he comes out, then he'll bring some.
Are you kidding me? God.
One with these down here. Lucky. I don't know who that is. It's the Under Armour one? Yeah.
Hey, Carp, can I still one of the cookies?
You can have as many as you want. It's not stealing them for everybody.
I'll have it here in a second, Danny. The computer went haywire on me.
It's not Bud Light, it's Sprite.
Did you hit the start button there?
Hutchinson, take a break. We got the start
Don't-
of the keys. The opening pitch. Garden City Hush coming up on ESPN Radio.
I didn't know. I thought I did something wrong.
She's never done it, but it's good. Good personality. I can help him too.
You got our Schmitty's lineup just in case you don't get yours before he gives me the thumbs up.
They were, ain't they?
Well, I might have.
Did I run them down there?
You brought me 2 garden ones.
Oh.
Hey, how do we clear the game? I was trying to show him how to do it.
Hit the black button. It said new game.
Just hit yes. Oh, yes. Just make a new one.
You didn't want to be down. Just,
Oh, no, I get irritated when people mess it up, so
Yeah.
I don't want to.
your red shirts have really struggled.
Oh, no,
They're
I've been
about 3
looking up
pitches
there.
behind.
I've been looking up there. Kuzman, I think, just has a little bit of ADHD. Cosman's struggle. Yeah, Cosman, sorry. He has ADHD.
Well, the best thing was that day Gooch was up here. Gooch
Yeah.
looks over and says, "Do we need to get somebody else up here?" And he goes, "No, but I'm just so focused on the game."
Yeah.
No, evidently you're not.
I can help you too. I've done it a couple times. I've done basketball a lot, so it's the same. Perfect. You got the art, art Schmitty's lineup just in case you don't get yours before he gives me the thumbs up.
You got our art Schmitty's lineup just in case you don't get yours before he gives me the thumbs up.
Yeah. All right.
did a real good job behind the plate. He blew one call.
Was that
Bottom of the ninth.
that foul ball?
Foul ball off Connor's foot.
This ball guy did the last game?
Him and Ed Mora. Jake won't share.
You mean Odd Job and Jaws? That's what it looked like. With Ed Mora. I'm gonna go hand out a couple programs. So people are here. You guys got the ones you want?
Yeah.
Everybody got a program that wants one?
I got you one here, Danny.
Did you get one down there?
Yes. Yeah.
Any other programs?
We'll get one for, can you shoot one for Jake when he's doing that?
Hey, you can have this one. Oh, one of those? Yeah.
One of these.
I put Miguel's. Miguel Reyes. In the walker. Yeah, it's like.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to introduce the starting lineup for our guests, the Garden City Broncbusters. Leading off will be the left fielder number 1,
Phillips off the Triple A Pond pregame show. As they can
second, playing
take
second,
an
number
action.
9,
We set aside one more time. We'll come back and start lineups. Keys.
designated hitter, first base,
Started with next on ESPN Radio.
batting fourth, the third baseman, number 24,
Greetings, everybody, and welcome into Hobart-Detter Field. And it is time for Hutchinson Community College baseball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. This afternoon, the Blue Dragons open up a 4-game series with the Garden City Broncbusters. For the first time this year, Steve Carpenter with you. It has been a long, strange spring for everybody, but the Blue Dragons and myself are finally together to do a baseball game. Now we face the Garden City Broncbusters in a key Jayhawk West Series. The Blue Dragons coming in with a 16-12 overall record, 7-5 in the Jayhawk West. They're right in the middle of the pack. Garden City at 17-9 overall, 3-5. Dragons being introduced. Let's get to the lineups really quickly before the national anthem. Leading off for the Garden City will be left fielder Turner McDonald. Sean Klein will bat second and play second base. Corbin Trussell will bat third as the designated hitter. Batting fourth is the third baseman, Dakota Finley. Batting fifth, Brendan Anderson will play right field. The catcher, Colin Stone, bats sixth. Chris Laura, the first baseman, bats seventh. Griffin Brunson will be at shortstop today, batting eighth. Jake Barber bats ninth and plays center field. Eric Hyman is the starting pitcher for Chris Finnegan's Broncbusters. So it's McDonald, Klein, Truslow, Finley, Anderson, Stone, Laura, Brunson, Barber, and Eric Hyman on the mound. For the Blue Dragons, they'll line up like this. Right fielder Will Reitz will lead it off. He'll be followed by second baseman Logan Sartori batting second. Dane Schmidt will be the designated hitter batting third. Dylan Nedved bats fourth and plays shortstop. Batting fifth will be the third baseman Ryan Moritz. Zion Boland bats sixth and plays left field. Behind the plate and batting seventh is Max McGuire. Zach Baxley bats eighth and plays first base. Jeremiah Caesar bats ninth and plays center field. And the Blue Dragons will start in game number one. Miguel Reyes, the sophomore right-hander. So Ryan Schmidt runs out Reitz, Sartori, Schmidt, Nedved, Moritz, Boland, McGuire, Baxley, Caesar, and Miguel Reyes on the mound. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break for the national anthem and return for the first pitch. You're listening to Blue Dragon Baseball. 66 degrees at first pitch. Game's moved up an hour for its potential of rain. We missed some rain this morning. Popped up shower just east of town, but it did not rain here at Hobart-Detter Field. Well, we do expect some pop-up showers as a potential after 3 p.m. Thus, they move up and try to get the first 2 games of this series. This series will resume Saturday at Williams Stadium in Garden City, and they're expecting snow in the forecast on Saturday. Not much, but just enough to throw the baseball game off. So finally good to be back with the Blue Dragon baseball team. It has been a strange year in terms of spring sports. A lot of snow, a lot of weather, and a lot of cold weather changing up the schedule. And every time I was set to do a baseball game, bam, something would happen. But thanks to Denny Steckline for filling in last week. So we're going to get our look at Miguel Reyes, a sophomore out of Lafayette, Louisiana, 6'2", 225-pound right-hander. Reyes, 1-3 coming in with a 5.15 earned run average, making its 8th start. He's got 3 complete games. 36 2/3 innings pitched, 34 hits allowed, 27 runs, 21 earned. He has struck out 35 and walked 13. Opponents hitting .245 against. His walks have come at the most inopportune times for the Blue Dragons, but he's pitched well over the last 3. In 3 complete games. Overcast skies here at Hobart-Detter Field, but a very comfortable, maybe one of the best days. I know when we were in Lubbock last week with the women's basketball team, Danny was saying how gorgeous it was here. So here we go. Set to go. It will be Miguel Reyes against left fielder Turner McDonald. First pitch of the game is a little bit low, ball 1. First pitch coming at 12:03 p.m. And one foul back. This is also happening on spring break, so I'm not working with my full contingent of students. My family pitching in. Bless them. 280 hitters, McDonald. 3 doubles, 11 RBIs. Here's a strike called, and it's 1-2 now to the Buster leadoff hitter. Garden City's head coach Chris Finnegan, the dean of coaches in the Jayhawk, a former Blue Dragon baseball player. His name still appears amongst many top 10 lists. Played in the mid-90s for John Berge. Now 2-2 to Turner. The big right-hander kicks and fires. Hits a ground ball right to the second baseman, Logan Sartori. Over to Baxley at first, and there's one away. That'll bring up the second baseman, Sean Blake. Base is empty, 1 away. Or Sean Klein, excuse me. Klein hitting .293. He has a home run, 11 RBIs, 24 hits, and 82 at bats. Pitch on the outside corner of fastball, strike. Miguel Reyes, a lightning fastball. The pitch. Slice down the right field line, and it'll get out of play over into the Garden City dugout, or bullpen. Here's the 0-2. Slider, did he go around? Yes, he did. Max McGuire will tag him out. That's a strikeout, and there's 2 away. Two up, 2 down for the designated hitter, Corbin Truslow. Truslow hitting .364 for the year, slugging .692, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, 24 driven in. That is a team high, hitting from the left side. The pitch bounces in from Reyes, and it's ball 1. This is the first game of the second half of the season. 28 games played in a 56-game season, so the Dragons begin their second half. Foul back, and it's 1-1 now to Truslow. The Dragons still searching. the preseason pick to win the Jayhawk West. The Dragons are currently 2 games out of first place, despite taking 3 of 4 from Barton. The Cougars, the defending champs of Region 6, lead the way at 9-3. Butler at 8-4. The pitch. Over but low, 2-1, a fastball. The Dragons have gone 2-2 with Butler, 3-1 with Barton, and 2-2 with Dodge City. And that series last week really kind of damaged the psyche of this team. Pitch a little bit low, 3-1. Dodge City among the lower half of the league. 2 of their 3 conference wins came in that series last week against Hutchinson. The Dragons still kind of trying to find themselves. 3-1 pitch is lifted to right field, pretty well hit. Moving over is Will Reitz, and it hits off the wall between 2 players. Truslow round second, heads for third. And he's in safely with a 2-out triple. Neither Caesar or Reitz had a good read on that. They both went back to the wall, hit about halfway up. So the ball is carrying, definitely. The wind right now is blowing out of the south to help carry it. We expect a wind change at some point this afternoon. So some 2-out trouble for Reyes. Cleanup hitter Dakota Findley steps in. Runner at third, 2 away. The pitch. In the dirt. Good stop by Max McGuire, and it's ball 1. Findley, 365 average, a home run, 16 driven in. Very balanced numbers in terms of runs driven in for Garden City. That ball's lifted to right, but playable for Reitz. In a few steps, camping under it, he's got it. And Miguel Reyes works around the triple. No runs, a hit, and 1 left after a half inning. It's Garden City nothing, and the Blue Dragons coming up. Will Reitz lead out the bottom of the first for the Blue Dragons. First pitch swinging, he pops one up into center field. Jake Barber going back. He's at the track, but has it right at the edge of the track for out number 1. Center fielder Jake Barber hauling it in. 1 away. The Garden City pitcher is Eric Hyman. He'll face Logan Sartori. Hyman, a 6'6", 200-pound sophomore from Garden City. He will face Logan Sartori. 330 average. First pitch swinging. And he fouls it off. 33 hits and 100 at bats. 114 career hits for Logan Sartori. He has 6 home runs, 33 driven in. He had 2 home runs in the Dodge City series last week. The pitch. Hard hit ball up the middle for a base hit. Sartori will make the turn and think about it, but put the brakes on. As right fielder Brendan Anderson gets the ball back in quickly. So the first hit of the game for the Blue Dragons, and it'll be designated hitter Zane Schmidt, the freshman from Kearney, Nebraska, having an excellent freshman year. Schmidt hitting .363, 9 home runs, 28 RBIs. Product of one of the best Legion programs in the state of Nebraska. Strike on the outside corner from Hyman. Hyman 2-2 record, making his 7th start, an 8.10 ERA. The pitch. It's bunted foul off onto the roof, and it's quickly 0-2 to the Dragon DH. Zane Schmidt had a 9-game hitting streak snapped in the final game of the series against Dodge City. Easy toss over to first, Sartori back. Sartori easily the leader in stolen bases, 20 out of 23. The Dragons 45 of 55. Sartori edges out, doesn't go on the pitch, and it's outside for a ball 1-2. Garden City's team ERA at 5.78. This team will batter you every step of the way. That's the Chris Finnegan motto. The 1-2 pitch is a change outside, 2-2. Finney, pound for pound, is one of the toughest athletes during his tenure here at Hutchinson Community College, and that includes the football team. Again, Sartori edges away from first. Hyman comes set, now delivers. Outside, and Zane Schmidt has worked the count from 0-2 to 3-2. Each team with a hit. Dragons trying to cash in on the one-out single by Sartori. His 115th career hit. The pitch, called strike 3. Good pitch, catching the outside corner. That was a no-doubter. Zane didn't think so. Right now, he's taking a lot of called thirds. Took a called third to end the game last Saturday against Dodge City. Now here's sophomore Dylan Nedved. The future University of Iowa product, hitting .309 with 2 home runs, 27 RBIs. He has 115 career hits. So he and Sartori neck and neck as they start to climb the all-time top 30. There have been 31 Dragons to have 100 career hits, and these two being numbers 30 and 31. Nedved takes low for a ball. Should see Sartori moving in this at bat. He got thrown out for the first time in quite a while last Saturday. Hesitates going. Nedved takes low for ball 2. So good to be back in the press box here. It's been, I can't believe it took half the season for me to finally see my first game. Mother Nature doesn't like us. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses away. Dylan checks his swing, and now it's 3-0 to Nedved. Likely taking in this situation. Running the third base box is veteran assistant coach Jamel Cervantes. Toby Corneo over at first. The pitch. The cripples right down the chute for a strike, 3-1. Now might we see Sartori in motion. Safe lead over at first by Sartori. Hyman comes set, now delivers. Runner does not go, and the pitch is inside, nearly hit him. It's a 2-out walk to Nedved, and the Dragons have 2 on and 2 out for third baseman Ryan Moritz. Sophomore out of Omaha. Moritz hitting .280 for the year, 23 for 82, 6 doubles, 9 RBIs. Dragons this year hitting with 2 out, 300. That ball skitters through the glove of the catcher, Stone. And now there's 2 in scoring position on the wild pitch. Probably should have been stopped, but the pitch was in the dirt. So now Moritz, chance with a couple of ducks on the pond with 2 outs. Moritz hitting 194 with 3 2-out RBIs. Pitch taken way outside 2-0, and all of a sudden, Hyman is battling his control a little bit. That's 6 out of 7 out of the zone. And not any of them have been particularly close. The pitch. Big cut and a miss. That's 2-1. There's the one bugaboo of the Dragons. A lot of swings and misses. This team right now racking up strikeouts at an alarming rate. We'll get the number for you in a second. 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. The Dragons, in 897 at-bats, has already struck out a total of 268 times. They've had several double figures games of strikeouts accumulated. 3-1 pitch. Foul back, and now it's a full count. Of those 268 strikeouts, 77, now 78 with Zane Schmitz have been looking. Here's the payoff. Strike him out, and the inning is over. Dragons miss out on an opportunity. They get a single from Sartori, a walk from Nedved. Welcome back to Hobart-Detter Field. No score through 1. It'll be right fielder Brendan Anderson, catcher Colin Stone, and first baseman Chris Laura to face Miguel Reyes here in the top of the second. First pitch is a breaking pitch. They check down, and the first base umpire says Anderson did indeed go around for a swinging strike. Evidently, we're having some link problems. Ground ball hit to short, fielded by Dylan Nedved. The strong throw, and he's got him one away. That'll bring up the catcher, Chris Stone. Again, trying to multitask here, so apologize. A little bit of a dead air as I try to make sure all the links are okay with the video. Pitch taken down low to Stone for ball 1. Stone, a .324 hitter, no home runs, 8 RBIs. The big right-hander for Hutch kicks and fires. It swung on and popped up into foul territory on the left side. Moritz, Nedved, and it's Nedved making the catch. 2 away. Long run for Dylan, but he's equal to the task, and there's 2 up and 2 down. Here in the Buster's second for the first baseman, Chris Laura. Lore hitting .351, 13 hits, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. The pitch. First pitch swinging, and it's popped up. Who will call it? It's the second baseman, Logan Sartori, a few steps into the grass. He drops his glasses, but not the ball, and the inning is over. Miguel Reyes works a very easy 1-2-3. To the bottom of the second we go. Dragons nothing, Busters nothing. Zion Bolin to lead off the bottom of the second. Steve Carpenter with you from a overcast Hobart-Detter Field. No score. Zion Bolin missed quite a bit of time with injury. Has returned. Takes high for a ball. Starting in his 13th game, 14th overall, hitting .222, 8 for 36, a home run and 7 driven in. Hyman, the big right-hander, jams him, and Zion pulls a foul, and Jamel Cervantes with yet another error that will be blasted on Twitter momentarily by Denny Steckline.
He's looking up here at Denny.
Jamel already knows he's about to be thrown under the bus on Twitter. Breaking pitch from Hyman just misses, and it's 2-1 to Zion.
Probably have to do with his facial hair, Denny.
2-1 pitch is taken a little bit high. Three and one that the count to Zion Bolin. I'm a Garden City product. Here's the pitch. Strike on the inner half. That was a good pitch, and the count is now full. Here's the payoff. Bolin walks, just missed. Good pitch on a breaking pitch, but deemed a ball, and Zion Bolin has a leadoff walk. Zion does not walk much. So that's news right there. Now Max McGuire, the Missouri State transfer out of Lincoln, Nebraska. .236 average, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. Add to that 5 doubles. Slugging .431 on base of .325. The pitch. Hits it well to right. Drifting back a few steps is Anderson. Still drifting back, makes the catch. Zion will return to first. 1 away. Dragons being their usual aggressive selves at the plate. Now here's Zach Baxley. The sophomore first baseman has struggled with the bat as of late. His average has dropped to .250, 20 for 80, a home run, 13 RBIs. Toss over to first. Bolin a threat to go. 2 of 2 on the base paths. Here's the pitch. A little high. 1-0. Again, still trying to get this problem with the links fixed on the web page. We'll have that shortly for you. No, I'm good. Hyman comes set. Bolin kind of stretches lead out the pitch. Bax chases one up and in, and it's 1-1. Blue Dragons have not gotten cheated on their swings this year. That and talking with head coach Ryan Schmidt. The pitch. breaking pitch of beauty, and it's 1-2 now to Baxley. And this team's still just searching. I think there's some pressure on this team to produce this year, especially when they got the preseason predicted order of finish. Ranked 20th in the preseason poll. Here's the pitch. Baxley fouls it off out of play to the right, spoiling a fastball from Hyman, and it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Baxley strikes out. That will be the 3rd strikeout for Hyman. Baxley strikes out for a team-high 31st time. Now it's a runner at first, 2 away for Jeremiah Caesar. Caesar had a decent series hitting the ball up to 250 average, making his 10th start, 18th game. 9 for 36, a couple of doubles and 6 RBIs for the speedster. Takes slow and away ball 1. Hyman comes at the pitch. Late on a fastball, 1-1 the count. Again, sorry for the dead airs. I'm trying to fix a linkage issue. Hyman delivers. Pitch high and away, 2-1 now to the Dragon center fielder. Two and 1 the count to Caesar. Bolin still at first to pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Chased a fastball up, and it's 2-2. Dragons not showing a ton of plate discipline. Here's the 2-2 misses, and now it's a full count. So now we will see Zion Bolin moving. 3-2, 2 out. Bolin goes. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled off to the left. Caesar spoils the offering. Next pitch will be pitch number 39 for Eric Hyman. Bolin not being held on. The first baseman, Laura, plays behind him. The pitch grounded up the middle. That'll skitter into center field. Bolin takes a wide turn but stays at second. And it's a 4-game hitting streak now for Caesar. He's kind of starting to find his way. And that ball hit on the ground. You can make all the major league jokes you want with Willie Mays Hayes, but as fast as Jeremiah Caesar is, he needs to hit the ball on the ground just like that. So good speed on the paths, and Bolin and Caesar now will Reitz. Reitz hit a leadoff home run in Game 4 versus Dodge City last Saturday here at Hobart-Detter Field. Hyman's pitch. Chases a fastball. I'm into softball, but I'll keep calling them the rise balls, but a fastball up. Another swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt blocked by Stone. Now Hyman's a strike away from getting out of a minor jam with 2 out. So the link problem, as I hit the save button, should be fixed. 0-2, the pitch to Reitz. Misses up with a fastball. That time Reitz wouldn't chase, and it's 1-2. Hyman delivers the 1-2. Got it. Reitz swinging and a fastball away. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Reitz, and that's how he's staying out of jams. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. The Dragons have stranded 4 through 2, and after 2, it is Garden City nothing and the Blue Dragons nothing. On to the third. No score. This one's scheduled for 7 innings. Steve Carpenter with you again for the first time this year on the Blue Dragon Sports Network for Blue Dragon Baseball. Got Griffin Brunson, Jake Barber in the top of the order. Turner McDonald to face Miguel Reyes. Strike called outside corner. 8-9-1 here in the third. Brunson hitting 196. 1 triple, 9 for 46 overall, 6 RBIs. Good fastball from Reyes at the knees, and very quickly 0-2. Miguel gave up a 2-out triple to Corbin Truslow that didn't miss going out by much, but he was stranded at third. The only hit given up so far. Breaking pitch, did he go around? No, he did not. It checked down. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now to Brunson. This is opening day for Major League Baseball in earnest. There were 2 games over in Japan last week. 1-2 pitch. A little jam shot roller up the middle. Behind the bag is Dylan Nedved over to first in time to get Brunson by a step. 1 away. Now the 9-hole hitter. Center fielder Jake Barber. Barber hitting .345 from the 9 slot. .450 on base percentage. 3 doubles, 2 triples, 20 RBIs, 29 total hits, and 84 at bats. Big right-hander kicks him, fires and misses with the slider low outside. Ball 1. This guy's getting a little heavier. 1-0 pitch. That one's lifted to right field. It's going to drop in front of Reitz for a base hit. Hits now tied 2 apiece. Back to the top of the order for left fielder Turner McDonald. McDonald grounded out to Logan Sartori his first time up. So for just the second time this afternoon, Reyes will pitch out of the stretch. And we're expecting a wind change at some point today. Wind's going to switch around from the south to the north with another cold front coming through. We'll keep an eye on that. The pitch is a great fastball right in the kitchen sink of McDonald, and he fouls it off to the right. My granddaughter, I mentioned earlier that my children and grandchildren helped me out with the broadcast today, us being on spring break. Granddaughter Karen running the score bug. Pitch in the dirt. Good stop by McGuire, and it's 1-1. My daughter Sammy down taking pictures for me. She ran the camera out at softball the last couple days. It was a lot windier out there than it was here today. 1-1 from Reyes, low and away, 2-1. Again, Barton currently leading the Jayhawk West at 9-3, Butler at 8-4. Cloud and Hutch tied for third at 7-5, so the Dragons trail the Cougars by 2 games, but they do have a head-to-head tiebreaker, the pitch. Good fastball. McDonald swings right through it, 2-2 the count. A lot of coaches for 4-year programs in the stands today. A lot of them here to watch Miguel Reyes. The pitch. Got him swinging. Fastball away, and Reyes gets his second strikeout. Now a runner at first, 2 away for Sean Klein, the second baseman. Klein was the other strikeout victim of Reyes's, also coming swinging.
Reyes had 9 strikeouts against Rose State, had 8 against Butler and Garden City. Chris Finnegan talks about power pitching. Reyes leads the way. The ace of the staff. Sean Klein, runner at first with 2 outs.
Move over to first, and back safely is Barber. The Busters, 38 out of 50 stolen bases this year. Klein 6 for 9. Out of the stretch, the pitch. Slider misses low and away for a ball. Reyes came into this Blue Dragon program with the reputation of a lightning arm, but boys, he had to work hard to harness it. Learning the craft of pitching. 1-0 pitch. Fouled out of the play to the right. Every once in a while, Miguel still will just try to 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch, good stop by McGuire, and it's 2-1. A lot of improvements to Hobart-Detter Field. New foul poles just went up. The pitch. That one's toward the gap in right center field. It gets down. Caesar gets over quickly to get it. Going to third is Barber. They are going to wave him. Here comes the throw. It's up the line, and McGuire can't hold the ball. A run scores, and Garden City takes a 1-0 lead. The throw from Logan Sartori was up the line just a little bit. Barber goes from first all the way around to score, and Garden City leads at 1-0. It'll be a double and an RBI. And Garden City draws first blood here in the third inning. That'll bring Ryan Schmidt out of the dugout. And usually with Miguel, once something goes wrong, the next 2 or 3 batters, things don't go well. And I think Ryan Schmidt recognizes that, and he's going to have a meeting at the mound. And you can tell he's looking right into the eyes of Miguel Reyes. We'll take a 30-second break. Sean Klein's 8th double of the year drives in his 12th run. Garden City leads at 1-0. Meeting on the mound is over. Now Corbin Truslow, dribbled off the wall in right center field, steps in. 2 hits in the inning. The pitch in the dirt, another stop by McGuire. The Dragons have given up so many runs with 2 outs this year. Opposing teams hitting .237, but they've scored 58 2-out runs, now 59 in 2-out situations. Reyes is 1-0. Hit well left center field and deep. Going back is Bowen. He's at the wall and it's gone. An opposite field home run for Truslow, and Garden City leads it 3-0. That is the 5th home run allowed by Reyes. And that whooping it up you hearing in the background is the Garden City team out of the dugout. So 2 straight hits with 2 out. A double by Klein, a 2-run home run by Truslow, and the Dragons in an early hole, 3-0. Again, this one's scheduled for 7. Now third baseman Dakota Finley. Here's a strike from Reyes, and it's 1. 3-0 Garden now. Pitch taken low. Bullpen still quiet for Hutchinson. Miguel Reyes still very much in this one. Needs to get out of this now. 2-1 pitch. Foul back, and it's 2-2. You could overthink the old 2-out problem, but it is definitely there, and the Dragons have been stung again with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Curveball roller along third, but foul. Dragons, a team ERA of 4.86. Opposing batters hitting .238 against. But my, have there been some daggers thrown at this pitching staff this year. There's a called strike right down the middle, and the inning is over. But a 2-out RBI single by Klein, a 2-run home run with 2 outs by Truslow. 2 runs on 3 hits. 3 runs on 3 hits, excuse me. Nobody left. After 2.5, it is Garden City 3 and Hutchinson nothing. Yep, Dragon Bats need to wake up. They now trail 3-0, a 3-run third inning for Garden City. It will be the right part of the order to get it going. Sartori, Schmidt, and Nedved, 2, 3, and 4. Logan Sartori singled his first time up, was stranded at third. Eric Hyman has struck out 4 through 2 innings and allowed 2 hits. The right-hander from Garden City kicks in and fires, and Sartori bloops one down the right field line that's caught by the first baseman, Laura. 1 away, and that's the last thing you want to do when you're just giving up 3 runs, is to go first pitch hacking and bloop out for an easy out. Here's Zane Schmidt, struck out his first time up looking. Coming in, hitting 363. That's second on the team, only behind Riley Metzger. First pitch hacking, and his waves and misses at a changeup. The wind in the pitch. Little roller foul. It might have went off of Schmidt's foot, and the way he's acting it did, but he now hits out of an 0-2 hole. Didn't get a chance to talk to Ryan Schmidt. When we get going really in earnest next week, as we picked up a home game with Redlands on Tuesday, we'll have a long conversation with him. That pitch way high. But these are the games that are critical for Hutchinson. Not only they're still in the thick of a conference championship race, but ultimately you want to host a first-round Region 6 series. 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch just misses. 2-2. The Dragons need to just simply start winning conference games. These splits aren't going to help. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 again. Right now, Hyman in total control with his 5th strikeout. And that strikeout total for the team just continues to climb at a rather scary rate. 2 up, 2 down for shortstop Dylan Nedved, who walked his first time up. That one's ripped up the middle for a hit. The Dragons' third of the game. Jake Barber will hustle it back in. It's a 2-out single for Nedved. Career hit number 116 for Dylan. Now Ryan Moritz, strikeout victim his first time. Lefty-righty matchup here. Moritz against right-handers. Hitting .265, hitting .357 against lefties. Grounded up the middle, but the second baseman Klein fields and flips to Brunson for the force, and the Dragons are down to the third. No runs a hit, 1 left through 3. Busters 3, Dragons nothing. Well, Miguel Reyes needs to have some short-term memory. Forget the third inning and go back to work. Hutchinson trailing Garden City 3-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. It will be 5, 6, and 7 due up here in the top of the fourth. Reyes' first delivery is fouled off by Anderson. Anderson, the right fielder, grounded out to shortstop his first time up. The 0-1. It's a breaking ball tap foul. Quickly 0-2. Three runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Busters. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Hutchinson. The pitch. Bounces in for a ball, 1-2. Dragons 16-12 overall, 7-5 in league play, tied for third, 2 games out of first place. But we're midway through the conference season, and the games become more and more critical. Grounded left side, deep short. Nedved scoops, throws, and got him. Nice play by Dylan. Good strong throw, and there's one away. Now the catcher, Colin Stone. Stone fouled out to Dylan Nedved, who had to make a long run down the left field line to complete the out. Reyes, 47 pitches, 30 for strikes. Breaking pitch, a beauty, a strike called on the outer half, 0-1. The pitch. Good swing and a miss on a good pitch, 0-2. Outfield straight away for the Dragons. Middle infielders deep back on the grass. Third baseman Ryan Moritz a few steps behind the baseline. The pitch a little bit low from Reyes, and it's 1-2 now to Stone. Good pace by Miguel. Now he's back aboard. Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitch of beauty. That's a called strike, and there's 2 away. Third strikeout for Reyes. Now Chris Laura, the first baseman, who popped up to Logan Sartori to end the second inning, 0-1. Big right-hander kicks and fires and delivers high with the fastball for ball one. Shockingly, there's only about 5 weeks left of this season. We crammed in the final 28 games. Strike at the knees, 1-1. Again, Hutchinson added a game for Tuesday here at Hobart-Detter Field against Redlands. They're still missing a few games, some early cancellations. We'll have that broadcast information up a little bit later in the week. There's a ground ball up the middle by Laura, and it's a 2-out single for the Dragon first baseman. 5 hits now for Garden City in this one. Two outs with the runner at first for Griffin Brunson, the shortstop. Brunson 0 for 1, grounded to short his first time. So, again, 2 outs, now a base hit. We'll see if it festers into anything else. The pitch. Low and away for a ball. Almost looks like Miguel sometimes rushes his delivery out of the stretch. Kind of gets him out of sync. He comes set, now delivers, and it's bunted foul. There's no sacrifice in that. He was bunting for a base hit, was Brunson. Pitch is rode right in on his hands and it fouled off toward the Dragon dugout. Neither team has attempted a stolen base. Might be a time for that. Baxley holding the runner, Laura on at first. Miguel's pitch, fastball swung through and missed, 1-2. Last week down in Lubbock with the women's basketball team during their national tournament run, national semifinalists, 33-4 overall record for John Otchis' team. 1-2 pitch. Grounded left side. Nedved goes the short way to Sartori, and the force in the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're halfway through in game number 1 this afternoon. Dragons trail Garden City 3-0. Bottom of the 4th rolls around at Hobart-Detter Field. Blue Dragon Baseball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Hutchinson trailing Garden City 3-0. Sky's getting a little bit darker. Here's Zion Bolin to lead it off. It's Bolin, McGuire, Baxley, 6, 7, and 8 in the Dragon order to face Eric Hyman, who has 5 strikeouts through his first 3 innings, and Zion takes low for a ball. Bolin walked his first time up. Now 2-0 to Zion Bolin. Bolin walking for the 9th time this year. Grounded right to short. Brunson up with it and pours it across in time, 1 away. Zion only had 9 walks all his freshman year, so that's an improvement. 1 away for Max McGuire, the catcher. Flew out to right field his first time up. 3 home runs on the year for Max. McGuire's had his first pitch swinging and bloops one into center field over the outstretched glove of Brunson for a base hit. It's just a little blooper into center. And it gets down, so the Dragons have their 4th hit of the game for first baseman Zach Baxley. Bax last year came on and turned himself into one of the best first basemen in the Jayhawk Conference. Still a vacuum at first with the glove, but his bat has slumbered as of late, and he's been in and out of the lineup. The wind in the pitch. Off speed to Beauty, taken for a strike. Baxley struck out, swinging his first time up. That's a team-high 31st time. The pitch. Lifted down the right field line, hooking foul, and it gets into the Garden City bullpen. And very quickly, Baxley down 0-2. And usually that happens when you are struggling. You're down 0-2, 1-2 very fast. First baseman Laura in front of the bag holding McGuire on. Not a real threat to go. The pitch. Fastball misses away, and it's 1-2 now to Baxley. There's a level of frustration growing with this baseball team. The pitch. In the dirt, kicks away, and that'll allow McGuire to move to second. Second wild pitch charge to Hyman. Now 2-2 to Zach Baxley. Level of frustration is growing for the simple fact that this team is not reaching the potential that it thinks it should have. 2-2 pitch, high and tight, full count. Pitch number 60 for Hyman. And to break out of one of those cycles, it just takes a little bit of steady play and a lot of hard work mentally to break through it, to battle through adverse times. Dragons are in an adverse moment now, trailing 3-0 to pitch. Baxley fights it off and fouls it into the Hobart-Detter parking lot. We'll reset and do it again with 3-2. McGuire leads away from second. The pitch. Called strike 3. Bax was halfway down the line and got rung up. Strikeout number 6. And now it's up to Jeremiah Caesar to get the Dragons on the board. Caesar hit in the 4th straight game. A single. Rolled up the middle. Dragons have stranded 5 and threaten to strand a 6th unless Caesar can come through here. The wind in the pitch. Grounded left side. Deep short. Backhanded stop by Brunson. The pour crossed. They got him, and then Dragons do strand their 6th runner. Still struggling offensively. The Dragons go no runs, 1 hit, and strand 1. They've stranded 6 through 4. We're on to the 5th. Garden City 3, Hutchinson 0. Welcome back to an overcast Hobart-Detter Field. Still very comfortable outside. Not much wind. Still blowing out of the south. Expecting a wind change at some point today. And maybe the wind change will change the fortunes of the Blue Dragons, because right now Hutch is trailing 3-0. First pitch swinging, and center fielder Jake Barber fouls one off his foot. Barber singled and scored ahead of a 2-out double by Klein, the second baseman. Reyes' pitch inside nearly clips Barber. And it's 1-1. Working quickly, Reyes. Foul back to the screen by Barber, and it's now 1-2. Outfield shades Barber just a little bit toward right. 1-2 pitch. That one bounces in. Not even close, and it's 2-2. Reyes seemed rather upset with the delivery of that pitch. Now the 2-2 delivery to Barber. Foul back out of play. Pitch count for Reyes now at 63, 41 for strikes. Two-two pitch. Got him swinging on the slider, and there's one away. Fifth strikeout now for Miguel through 4 1/3 innings. 5 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks allowed. That's always a plus for Miguel Reyes. And now it's back around to the third time in the order, and the left fielder Turner McDonald. McDonald 0 for 2 has grounded out and struck out and takes a strike on the inner half from Miguel. Miguel hasn't seen a ton of run support this year either. He's pitched better than his 1-3 record may suggest. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Potentially, this could be a devastating Dragon offense, and it has slumbered at times. Breaking pitch in the dirt. 1-2. That's the pitch. If he could rein in and really control, he would be mighty, mighty tough to hit. 1-2 delivery. Did he go around? They appeal down, and McDonald checked his swing. 2-2. He had 8 strikeouts his last time against Dodge. He's had 3 games of 8 or more. Pitch in the dirt, back to the screen. Now it's a full count. When Miguel throws it out of the zone, it's just nowhere close, and it doesn't have the purpose that it should. Here's the payoff. Ball 4. So McDonald works from 1-2 back to draw a 1-out walk, and that's usually never a good sign. McDonald is 7 out of 9 this year in stolen bases. Now Klein, who delivered the first big blow of that third inning with a 2-out opposite field double. 1 for 2. Reyes' pitch, inner half misses. Ball 1. If Miguel expects to make the jump to the 4-year level, these are the types of situations he's going to have to, 1, avoid, and 2, when he gets in, get out of with minimal damage. The big right-hander comes set out of the stretch and delivers. Now the ball right through and back to the screen, a wild pitch. And we might see another trip out to the mound from Ryan Schmidt. Miguel just let that thing go without any real idea of where it was going to end up. When he gives up 90 feet, now he's trailing in the count to Klein 2-0. So we've now come really to the point in the game where Garden City could take full charge of this, or the Dragons could get out of it and get some momentum and come back. Fastball to letters for a strike, 2-1. The Dragons 1-0-2 in conference series in terms of overall series. Ground ball left side, deep short. Nedved Fields throws and gets him. Holding the runner, McDonald at second. Now 2 away. Another good play by Dylan Nedved. Ranging to his right and throwing a strike to Baxley from deep short. And now an intentional walk given to Truslow, who's 2 for 2. Don't have to throw him in college baseball. So an intentional walk to Truslow. And now it's third baseman Dakota Finley. He's 0 for 2. A fly out and took a called third to end the third. So still the game in the balance, a big moment for Reyes and the Blue Dragons. McDonald at second, Truslow at first. Strike called on a curve. Inner half. And it froze Finley, 0-1. The pitch. Curveball hit left side. Nedved Fields flips to third for the force. Moritz can't handle the throw, and everybody is safe. First error of the game now. The Dragons have to battle some adversity again. And that was a catchable ball. It was the only play Nedved had. It was ranging far to his right. He got to it, then made a scoop to Moritz, who just couldn't handle it. There'll be an error on the third baseman, Moritz. So fielder's choice for Finley. Pitch taken low, ball 1 now to Anderson. One and 0 the count to pitch. 2-0. Now with the bases loaded. Again, all this with 2 outs. Reyes will throw out of the windup with the bases full of busters. The pitch. 3-0. Dragon dugout not happy with that pitch. But now Reyes is going to have to come all the way back from a 3-0 count. And there's one of them. 3-1. Pitch over the inner half. Don't be surprised if Anderson's taking on this one. One out of the zone will force a big 4th run in for Garden City. The 3-1. Ball 4 inside, and that'll bring in a run. Another 2-out run against the Dragons. 4-0 Busters. That'll be an unearned run, but still counts. And now the catcher, Colin Stone. Stone is fouled out and struck out looking. Pitch foul back toward the Arkansas River. That will get some action heading toward the Hutchinson bullpen. It'll be Zach Philbin. Reyes' pitch, a curveball, nice pitch delivered, and it's a strike inner half, 0-2. All 4 runs by Garden City scored with 2 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. McGuire steps on the plate to end the inning. But 7 come to the plate, 1 scores. 1 run, no hits, 1 huge error, and 3 left on. The Busters have stranded 7 through 5 innings. We head to the bottom of the 5th now at Hobart-Detter Field. Our new score, Busters 4 and the Dragons 0. Dragons bat, bottom of the fifth, trailing Garden City 4-0. This one's scheduled for 7, the first of 2 from Hobart-Detter Field and on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Top of the order to lead off, Will Reitz. Takes high ball 1. Reitz has flown out and struck out nothing for 2. Hyman's pitch hit him. That's a positive start.
Yeah. Yeah, the couple was good, man. They were just finishing up. And then they're doing a heck of a job on that park.
46th time a Dragon has been hit. Reach wears a pitch for the 12th time. Now Logan Sartori. And if the Dragons are wise, they'd be taking a few pitches, making Hyman work. He's allowed no runs on 4 hits. Pitch inside for a ball. Sartori 1 for 2. On pitch number 66 from Eric Hyman. Reitz away from first. The pitch. Foul back over the box, and it's 1-1. Sartori has extended his hitting streak to 5 games now. It's a current high for the Dragons. He's had a high of 9 this year. Longest hit streak of the season is Dylan Nedved's 12. The 1-1. Slice foul out of play, and now Sartori hits from a 1-2 hole. Sartori's had 4 2-hit games, 3 4-hit games. He's had multiple RBIs and a team high 9. He's had 2 4 RBI games, 2 3 RBI games. Ground to the third. It bobbled, and there won't be a play. The third baseman, Dakota Finley, with an error. Each team now with an error apiece. And the Dragons have a little something cooking. That was a tailor-made double play ball. It hit right into the mid of Finley, and he couldn't handle it. And that'll bring Chris Finnegan out, and he's going to take a nice slow walk to the mound and let Zane Schmidt think about it, who has struck out looking twice.
Yeah, he is. I see him. Thanks, man. See ya.
So the Dragons trailing 4-0, trying to climb back into this one.
Randy. Carter. Yeah.
Work continues to be done out on the parking lot outside the left field wall for the new locker maintenance facility. We are on a static camera today. My apologies for that. Again, spring break at Hutchinson Community College a little bit later than everybody else because of the national tournament, so my students are on break this week. They'll return next week, and we'll go full bore into baseball and softball, thank goodness. Like I said, my first game with the Blue Dragon baseball team this year, and we just start, latest I've ever gone, and we start the second half of the season. Game number 29 out of 56. Now Reitz at second, Sartori at first for Zane Schmidt, who's 0 for 2 with 2 called strikeouts, and he takes a strike on the outer half. Zane Schmidt against right-handed pitching and hitting .370. Hyman comes set, checks the runner at second, now delivers the 0-1. And that one's lifted high and deep, right center field. This has got a chance, and gone! A 3-run home run for Zane Schmidt. It was a no-doubter. And the error by the third baseman, Dakota Finley, which could have been a double play, becomes a 3-run home run. Schmidt driving his 9th home run of the year. RBIs 29, 30, and 31. So after taking a couple of called thirds, the Dragons are right back into it on the 3-run home run by Schmidt. Reitz and Sartori score ahead of him. Here's a bunt by Nedved, foul. He singled his last time up, a solid single up the middle. Nedved 1 for 1, walked in the first, singled in the third. Pitch high and tight for a ball, 1-1. Hits are now tied 5 apiece. 74th pitch coming up for Hyman. Here it is, slowing away, 2-1. So now the Dragons right back into it after trailing 4-0. Hyman misses high to Nedved, 3-1. Action in the Buster bullpen. A couple of right-handers, I believe. My view to the Buster bullpen somewhat obscured. 3-1 to Nedved. Took a hefty cut at it and fouled it back to the screen. And now it's a full count, 3-2. Dragons needed some kind of life, and they got it off the bat of Zane Schmidt. Here's the 3-2. Slice foul out of play. Once again, the 3-2 to Nedved. Low ball 4. Nedved's been on base 3 times today, twice via the walk. And now third baseman Ryan Moritz, 0 for 2, a strikeout, and reached on a fielder's choice. Again, another 2-out situation for Moore. Actually, no outs in the inning. This all started with a reach wearing a pitch. Sartori then reached on an error, which could have been a double play. Move over to first. Back in safely is Nedved. Then Zane Schmidt, the 3-run home run to right center field. Nedved walked. They have a couple of pegs over there now. Nedved, 8 out of 9 stolen bases. Big cut by Moritz, and he fouls it off. 0-1. These games moved up an hour for potential rain. Overcast skies in Hutchinson right now. Nedved, a good side or good lead over at first. Moritz shows bunt, takes high for a ball, and it's 2-1 now. 1-1, excuse me. Pitch number 80, so Eric Hyman's day could be coming to a close in the near future. The pitch. A little bit wide, 2-1 to Moritz. Good eye there. Close pitch. The wind now seems to be blowing more out of the northeast. Lightly, so the wind not much of a factor. Hyman over to first. Back in safely is Nedved. Good lead over at first by Nedved. We'll watch him. Runner doesn't go when Moritz swings and misses, and it's 2-2. Everything Ryan is chasing is up. So the book out on him is he's going to chase high fastballs. Let's see if Hyman will go right back to it. Doubtful that Nedved goes on this pitch. 2-2. Got him swinging on a high fastball. First out of the inning. Now 7 strikeouts for Hyman to go with 3 walks. He's allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He's also hit a batter. Now Zion Bolin. Now we might see Nedved in motion sometime in this at bat to Bolin. The pitch. Fastball high. Bolin does not offer, and it's ball 1. Zane Schmidt's 3-run home run gets the Dragons back into the game. Now trailing 4-3. How big is that bases loaded walk in the top of the inning? Look now. Big cut and a miss on an off-speed pitch, and Bolin is 1-1 now with Hyman. Bolin has walked and grounded to short. And he is a double play candidate. The 1-1. Hit him. That's 2 in the inning. Bolin moves Nedved up to second. Bolin wears a pitch for the 4th time. 47 for the team. And that's going to bring an end to the day to Eric Hyman as Chris Finnegan heads to the mound for the 2nd time this inning. We'll see a new Garden City pitcher and tell you about him after this break. Right-hander Andrew Sumner comes out of Chris Finnegan's bullpen. He's a submarine right-hander. 5'9" to 140-pound freshman from Shawnee, Kansas. Making his 13th appearance, all in relief. 0-1 record with an 8.64 ERA. 8 1/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned. He has struck out 8, walked 4. And he is very much Dan Quisenberry down from underneath. Your prototypical Dan Quisenberry, Kent Tekulve type side armor. He will face the right-handed hitting Max McGuire with the tying run at second base and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Hutchinson getting back into the game on the power of a 3-run bomb by Zane Schmidt, his 10th of the year. Now here's Max McGuire. McGuire against right-handed pitching this year, hitting just 180. Max 1 for 2. An opposite field single to right his last time up. The pitch. Curveball sweeps in but high for ball 1. That's a pretty good-looking pitch. Max didn't offer at it, so it must have been high because that was a very tantalizing pitch. Nedved at second, Bolin at first, still just 1 out in the inning. The pitch hit the left center field shallow, could be trouble, and it drops in for a hit. Everybody moves up 90 feet, and the Dragons have him loaded with 1 out, so another bloop hit by McGuire. He's 2 for 3. And the Dragons now with 6 for the game and have him loaded with Zach Baxley, the batter. What a time for Bax to break out of it. Bax with bases loaded this year is 1 for 4. Baxley is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in this one. The pitch popped up and fouled back out of play. So the tying run at third now. Go ahead run at second. Three runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Dragons, 4-5-1 for the Busters. That pitch misses high from Sumner, and it's 1-1 now to Bax. Bax needs to look middle away here and try to drive a right center field gap. The pitch tried to pull off on that curveball and missed, and it's 1-2. Actually, it was a foul tip. Usually when you're slumping, you're pulling on everything. You just need to settle in, shorten your swing up now, and go the other way with 2 strikes on you. Sumner's 1-2 to Baxley. Lays off a breaking pitch, 2-2. The corner infielders for the Busters, right at the bag or just in front. Middle infield, a double play depth. A ground ball could get the Busters out of the inning. 2-2 pitch. Grounded left side, deep short. Diving stop by the shortstop, but everybody's going to be safe, and we're tied. An infield single for Bax. Zach Baxley ties it up on an infield single. Great diving stop by Griffin Brunson. But Baxley drives in his 14th run of the year, and we're tied at 4 apiece. Jeremiah Caesar, the batter. So now, Bowl at third, McGuire at second, Baxley at first for Caesar. Dragons now with 7 hits in the game. They've come back to tie it here at 4. So now a righty-lefty matchup. The pitch to Caesar. Takes high ball 1. Caesar 1 for 2. He's now hit him 4 straight. His time called, and Finnegan comes back. And he's going to have a talk with the home plate umpire first. Chris has stopped his march, and not sure what's going on. Again, so the Dragons have tied this thing up with 4 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Still bases loaded, 1 out. I think this has to do with the new trips per inning rule that they've instituted in college baseball. You can only, I believe it is, I'll have to refresh my memory on this, but I believe it's 6 trips to the mound total. So Finnegan gets whatever answer he wanted from the home plate umpire, and the call of the bullpen is made. Another Garden City pitcher coming in, and we'll tell you about him after this break. Jacob Douglas on for the Blue Dragons and coach Chris Finnegan, a 6', 195-pound sophomore from Georgetown, Ontario, Canada. He comes in with a very unenviable situation. Bases loaded, 1 out. The Dragons already 3 runs across. He will face Jeremiah Caesar. Douglas on for the 11th time, 9th in relief. 6-0 record and a 2.70 ERA. First pitch swinging, Caesar pops it up into shallow left. This should be the infield fly rule. It is. And a big second out for the Busters on an infield fly call to the shortstop, Griffin Brunson. Now 2 away for the top of the order and Will Reitz. The Dragons have batted around now. Reitz started this off getting hit with a pitch from starting pitcher Eric Hyman. Then Sartori reached on an error that could have been a double play. Zane Schmidt followed with a 3-run home run. Reitz 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, hits one high and deep to center field. Barber going back at the wall, and he makes the catch up against the wall to end the inning. Reitz goes 391 feet and about 8 inches. And Jake Barber keeps it in the park, and the Dragons are turned away, but they score 4. They come up with 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 big Garden City error, and the Dragons leave them loaded. We've completed 5 here at Hobart-Detter Field. New life for the Dragons, now tied with Garden City 4-4. Well, new life for the Dragons. A 4 spot in the bottom of the 5th. 2 innings to go in this one in regulation. 4-4 the score now. Miguel Reyes back to the mound. He'll face the lower third of the order, Laura Brunson and Barber. Reyes, first pitch swinging is Laura, and he fouls it out of play to the right. Laura, the first baseman, has 1 for 2, a single in the 4th. And he also popped up to Sartori. That was pitch number 85 for Miguel Reyes. His numbers in a moment. The 0-1, a curveball, misses low and away. Evens the count at 1-1. Five hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts for Reyes. One of those walks intentional. Foul back, and it's 1-2. So the Dragons send 10 to the plate and score 4 in the bottom of the 5th. One-two pitch in the dirt. 2-2 the count. Wind now blowing toward the left field corner with some force to it. The flag fairly outstretched. 2-2. Wow, a pitch misses a little bit high, and it's a full count. Reyes just needs to come and get him. Don't fool around with the corners. Try to blow a fastball past him and get this leadoff man erased here in the 6th. The pitch. He lost him. He tried to do that and buried a pitch, and you just cannot walk leadoff batters late in inning situations. It normally will come back to haunt you. So Laura aboard for the second time. And here's the shortstop, Griffin Brunson. Brunson 0 for 3, grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice. So we'll see if Chris Finnegan puts the bunt in order, number 8 hitter at the plate. The pitch, showing bunt, takes high, ball 1. If you're Miguel Reyes, you just got to throw strikes in this situation. You're getting a batter giving themselves up to you, and nibbling the corners isn't going to do the job. You need to just go after him and make a pitch. The 1-0. Bunted in front of the plate, fielded by Reyes, takes his time and throws. Sacrifice works 1-3, and the potential go-ahead run at second base with 1 out in Laura. Now it's a 9-hole hitter, Jake Barber. Barber 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. Dragons have out-hit Garden City now 7-5. That walk by Reyes lead off the inning, his 4th of the game. Strike on the outside corner. Outfield straight away, kind of bunched toward the middle. Reyes is a 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch, a beauty, and it's 0-2. Third baseman Ryan Moritz now will drop back a few steps, get the angle. Time called momentarily. Seward and Barton getting set to start their series out in Liberal. Time called again. Again, about halfway through the conference season. This is the 4th conference series for the Blue Dragons. They'll have their bye next week. Races 0-2. Curveball, little looper, caught by Nedved. They go to second, and back in time is the runner, Laura. Got back by a step. Got the hand in before Sartori hit the bag, but the soft liner by Barber, he's retired 2 away. And it's leadoff hitter and Turner McDonald. McDonald has grounded out, struck out, and walked and scored a run. He scored Garden City's 4th run in the 5th inning. Reyes' pitch, curveball over for a strike, inner half, 0-1. Pitch number 96 for Reyes, 59 for strikes. The Godfather Vic Bocas has made an appearance in the press box. The 0-1. That one's hit the left field, coming on, it's dropping in for a hit. Bolin comes up throwing, it's going to be up the line and cut off. Now throw back behind him. Runner back in safe, and guess what? Another 2-out hit given up by Miguel Reyes, and Garden City takes a 5-4 lead. He got the pitch up in the zone on 0-1, and McDonald burned him. Laura scores from second. Leadoff walk scores. And that brings Ryan Schmidt out of the dugout. And we will have a pitching change. We'll tell you about the new Dragon pitcher right after this. Garden City has just reclaimed the lead, 5-4 here in the 6th. Sophomore Ryan Summers on the pitch for the Blue Dragons, 6'5", 185 pounds, out of Coweta, Oklahoma. Taking over for Miguel Reyes, who's just given up the lead to the Broncbusters. Garden City now leading 5-4 on a 2-out RBI single by Turner McDonald. Summers on for the 9th time, 6th in relief, a 3-1 record, 2.61 ERA. Summers has worked 20 2/3 innings, allowed 14 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned. Struck out 31 and walked 7, with opponents hitting 184 against. He gets Sean Klein, the second baseman, and it's a strike to Klein. Klein now 1 for 3 at a 2-run, 2-out double to get the Busters on the board, or a RBI double, and he scored ahead of the home run. Hits this one well to left. Bolin going back. He is at the wall, looks up, and it's gone. A 3-run inning, and Garden City answers right back to lead it 7-4 now. On the home run by Klein, he's had a big day. His second home run of the year. Second and third RBIs of the day, now has 14. And the Dragons are stunned. Each team now 7 hits. Here's the designated hitter, Corbin Truslow. A triple and a 2-run home run and an intentional walk. Strike 1 to Truslow. Every run Garden City has scored today has come with 2 out. Fouled off out of play. Huh?
Or normal cheese.
Nothing and 2 to Truslow now. Dragons still have 2 at-bats remaining. The pitch. A little bit low for a ball. 1 and 2. Two home runs in the game for Garden City. Dragons have 1 on the Schmidt 3-run homer. Called strike 3, and that's the inning. 3 runs come across. 2 on the home run by Sean Klein. He has a big day working for him. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our new score, Busters 7 and the Dragons 4. Seven 4 Garden City. The Dragons once again trail by 3. Logan Sartori, Zane Schmidt, Dylan Nedved, 2, 3, and 4 against Jacob Douglas, who statistically has the best marks of any Garden City pitcher, now in line for his 7th win. Logan Sartori is 1 for 3. Singled in the first, popped out in foul territory in the third. And Logan Sartori wildly swings at the first offering from Douglas for strike 1. Sartori then hit a tailor-made ground ball that Dakota Finley bobbled. And the next batter, Zane Schmidt, hit a 3-run home run. That ball hit well to the left, but it's going to hang up for Turner McDonald, 1 away here in the Dragons' 6th. Now Zane Schmidt 1 for 3. The 3-run home run, his 10th of the year. Now has 31 RBIs for the season with his 38th hit. Zane slugging .755 for the year. Schmidt takes low ball 1. Kearney Catholic product, playing for one of the state of Nebraska's best Legion programs in Kearney. Schmidt crushes one high and deep to right. Looking up and watching is Anderson, and it's gone. It's a 2-run home run game for Schmidt. And it's 7-5. His 11th home run of the year. That leads the Jayhawk. A solo shot, and the Dragons are back within 2. This was a no-doubter to right. Second home run of the year allowed by Douglas. 8th hit of the game for the Blue Dragons. They've out-hit Garden City's 8-7, but trail it 7-5. Still 5 outs remaining to the Blue Dragons in this first game of this series. Of course, conference series always are 7s and 9s. Nedved slices one to right, pretty well hit. Drifting back is Anderson to make the catch right on the warning track. And there's 2 away. Nedved hit it well. But now Ryan Moritz the batter. Moritz 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Facing his 3rd different pitcher. Let's see how Moritz fares against Douglas. He hits that one toward left center field. It's plugging the gap and rolling all the way to the wall. Moritz will make it to second and stay right there. A 2-out double for Moritz. His first hit of the game. 7th double of the year for Moritz. An opposite field shot to left center. And that brings the tying run up to the plate in Zion Bolin, who's got power. Bolin does have 1 home run this year. He had 4 last year. Douglas's delivery to Bolin. Off the plate, wide at the knees, ball 1. Dragons now with 9 hits in the game. The 1-0. Taken low, 2-0 to Bolin. Bolin, a Lawrence Free State product. He's Class 6A Player of the Year in football his senior year at Free State. 2-0. Taking all the way, it's 3-0. Bolin gets on, it's Max McGuire. The pitch. Taking all the way, strike in her half, 3-1. So the Dragons have to come back again. Haven't had a lot of comeback wins this year. The pitch in the dirt. Ball 4 to Bolin. Moritz stays put at second. So Bolin walks, and now it'll be up to Max McGuire, the catcher. We will get a pinch runner at first base for Zion Bolin. It'll be Brian Skillman. So Skillman will pinch run for Bolin. And I'm sure Skillman will replace Bolin in the defensive lineup. Skillman represents the tying run. Now McGuire, who's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Douglas misses low, ball 1. Dragons just need to stay patient and wait for their pitch. Right-hander warming up in the Garden City bullpen. The pitch, fouled straight back. We have a flinch. New guy, flinch.
I was looking at my computer screen and my defense.
Don't blame me.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Douglas takes something off of it. Now McGuire in a 1-2 hole. Moritz at second, Skillman at first. Might Ryan Schmidt put the runners in motion with the 1-2 count. The pitch. Fastball misses outside, not by much, and it's 2-2. McGuire looking for his second 3-hit game. He slices this one foul into the Buster bullpen. Douglas, the third pitcher of the game for Garden City. They're not holding the runner on at first with the runner at second. 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ground ball to short. One hopper. They go to the second for the force, and the inning is over. Dragons get one of them back on the Zane Schmidt home run, his 11th of the year, second of the game. And we head to the 7th. Our new score, Busters 7, Dragons 5. Brian Skillman remains in the game in left field. He was a pinch runner for Zion Bolin, and the new pitcher for the Blue Dragons is the big left-hander, Zach Philbin, 6'3", 215-pounder out of Omaha, Nebraska. Philbin on for the 8th time. 2-0 record with a 5.11 ERA. Philbin's worked 12 in the third innings, allowed 13 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 15 strikeouts, 5 walks. Opponents hitting .255 against. And Dakota Finley slices the first offering from Philbin off to the right. Finley, Anderson, Stone, 4, 5, and 6. Dakota Finley 0 for 3 with a strikeout and reached on a fielder's choice. The pitch. Fastball paints the outside corner, 0-2. 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. 5 left on for Garden City. 5-7-1 with 11 left on for Hutch. Ground ball to second. Sartori to his right, fields and throws, and there's one away. Finley now 0 for 4. Now Brendan Anderson. The Buster right fielder currently 0 for 2 with a bases loaded walk. That gave Garden City a 6-5 lead. Or actually, it boosted the lead to 7-4. My apologies. Pitch taken for a ball. Philbin delivers, misses high, 2-0 now. The Blue Dragons still scuffling, trying to figure things out. That one fouled back out of play. You thought after they got the game tied up at 4 apiece, especially after the 3-run home run by Zane Schmidt, you figured that might be the sign. Well, Garden City immediately fought back and scored 3 in the top of the 6th. Pinch in on the hands, foul back. And it's 2-2. At some point, they're going to have to flip that switch on and be the team that everybody predicted them to be. Popped up, foul out of play again by Anderson, and it remains 2-2. What that will take. Combination of things. They're big-time players, the players who earned all conference and are projected All-Americans of this year need to play like projected All-Americans, and there's going to need to be some freshmen that really step up and make plays. Another pitch spoiled by Anderson. Quite a battle going on in this righty-lefty matchup. Philbin comes set, now the 2-2. Just missed with the slider inside, full count. Didn't miss by much. Now no wind to really speak of. A flag in center field, laying mostly lifeless. Still cloudy here. Here's the payoff from Philbin. Got him swinging, 2 away. First strikeout for Philbin. Miguel Reyes worked 5 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned. Walked 4 and struck out 6. Ryan Summers, 1/3 of an inning. 1 hit, 1 run, 1 strikeout. Now Philbin. Swing and a miss to Stone, the catcher. Colin Stone is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Lefty-lefty matchup. Philbin's pitch swung on and missed again. 0-2. Due up for the Dragons, Baxley, Caesar, and Reitz, 8, 9, and 1. The 0-2 pitch. And on 3 pitches, Stone strikes out. He strikes out for the 3rd time. Philbin works a 1-2-3 with a pair of strikeouts in the top of the 7th. Last chance time for the Blue Dragons. They need 2 to stay alive, 3 to win. You're listening to Blue Dragon Baseball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Defensive change for the Busters. Grant Lathrop replaces Brendan Anderson in right field. Bottom of the 7th rolls around. Hutch needs 2 to stay alive. Jacob Douglas will try to pick up the win. It is 8, 9, and 1 here for the Dragons in the 7th. Baxley, Caesar, and Reitz. And Zach Baxley takes high for a ball. Bax an RBI single his last time up. 1 for 3. Dragons need base runners. Big cut and fouled off the mask of the catcher, Colin Stone. And it's 1-1.
deck.
Pinch hitter Christopher Noble on deck for Caesar. Here's the 1-1. High for a ball, 2-1. The big right-hander kicks and fires, and Baxley slices one foul off to the right, and it's 2-2. 3:15 first pitch in Kansas City for the opening day ceremonies. Royals White Sox. Good to see the Royals again. Good to see Major League Baseball again. Here's the 2-2. Baxley swings and hits one high to shallow right. Drifting back is Sean Klein. Looking up and makes the catch, and there's one away here in the Dragons' 7th. So now we'll have a pinch hitter in Christopher Noble. Pitch hitting for Caesar. Noble, 6'2", 185-pound freshman from Shreveport, Louisiana. Noble hitting .314, 11 for 35, a home run and 7 driven in. First pitch swinging, he pops one foul, and it will get out of play off to the left. Noble, this is his 3rd pinch hit appearance. He's 1 for 2. The pitch. Breaking pitch over the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. Jacob Douglas bidding for his 7th win for Garden City. The 0-2. Got him swinging on 3 pitches. The throw will be thrown to first, record the out. And the Dragons are down to their final out, and Will Reitz. Reitz, 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch and scored. Dragons still need a base runner. Tying run remains in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Well hit center field, going back is Barker, and he can't handle it. It's off the base of the fence. And hustling into second with a double is Reitz. Reitz' 7th double of the year, and the Dragons do get the tying run to the plate in Logan Sartori. The ball was scalded to center field, Hutch's 10th base hit of the game. Four for extra bases, 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Now Sartori, who has plenty of pop, he represents the tying run. So it's Douglas versus Sartori as the Dragons try to climb back from the abyss once again. Pitch taken high for ball 1 to Sartori. Sartori hitting .379 in 2-out situations. May have chased one out of the zone, but he fouls it into the glove of the catcher. Big cut. And it's 1-1. Dragons trying to come back again. They once trailed 4-0, tied it, now trail 7-5. The pitch. Little looper center field, could be trouble. It's down for a hit. Rounding third is Reitz as the throw comes into second, and the Dragons pull within 1 at 7-6. So an RBI single for Sartori. And the hot-hitting Zane Schmidt, who's homered in his last 2 at-bats, comes up. Sartori, wouldn't be surprised if he steals in this situation, but you also don't want to take the bat out of Schmidt's hands. And I think Chris Finnegan is going to go to the mound and talk strategy. The bullpen, there is action. Finney has learned the art of the walk to the mound perfectly. You could time him with a sundial. So now they talk strategy to see if what they want to do with Schmidt. He homered in the fourth, that one to center field, and then he cranked one to right field his last time up. That home run off of Douglas. Schmidt represents the winning run. You talk about strategy. What does Ryan Schmidt do? Does he want to run Sartori, who is 20 out of 23 in stolen bases? Dragons haven't attempted a steal yet. So now, here we go. Down to cases. Douglas versus Schmidt. High fly ball, deep right center field. This has got a chance, and the Dragons win it! It's a 3-home run game for Zane Schmidt. The Dragons come back from the abyss and win it 8-7. Unbelievable. First pitch swinging. Douglas gives up a home run, and the Dragons have a mob scene going on at the plate. They come back to win it 8-7. Unbelievable. What a game for the Dragons. Down 4-0, down 7-4, down 7-5, and they win it 8-7. 3 home runs in the game for Zane Schmidt. And the Dragons win it 8-7. We'll tally it up and get you set for game number 2 right after this. Zane Schmidt becomes only the second Blue Dragon in history to hit 3 home runs in one game, tying Michael Hellman. And we all know what Michael did, but Zane Schmidt, his first 2 at-bats were called thirds. Then a 3-run home run in the 4th, the solo home run in the 6th, and a walk-off 2-run bomb on the first pitch after a mound meeting to right center field. The Blue Dragons win it 8-7 in very shocking fashion, because you thought Garden City had all the momentum going, and Zane Schmidt changes it in 1 at-bat. Here are the totals for the Blue Dragons. 8 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, 11 left on base. For the Busters, 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 5 left on base. The winning pitcher, Zach Philbin. Philbin improves to 3-0 for the season. He pitched a spotless 7th inning. Losing pitcher is Jacob Douglas, who suffers defeat for the first time. He was an out away from win number 7, but falls to 6-1 on the year. And the time of ball game, 2 hours and 10 minutes. Garden City took a 4-0 lead after 4.5 innings. But the Dragons made the comeback. with a 4-run fifth inning. Zane Schmidt hit a 3-run home run to pull the Dragons within one. Then Zach Baxley delivered an RBI single to knot it up. But Garden City comes right back against Miguel Reyes to score 3 in the top of the 6th. Zane Schmidt homered again in the bottom of the 6th. Zach Philbin takes the mound for the 7th inning and retires the retires the Busters in order. And then the 7th inning starts. Zach Baxley popped out. Christopher Noble pinch hit, struck out. So 2 outs, nobody on. Will Reed smacks a double to the base of the wall in center field. Logan Sartori dumps a single into center field to score Reeds. That made it 8-7, or 7-6, excuse me. And then the first pitch after a mound meeting with Chris Finnegan, Zane Schmidt hits his 3rd home run of the game, only the 2nd Blue Dragon ever to do so. Michael Hellman the 1st, and did that in 2016. Hits it well over the wall in right center field, and the Dragons win it in dramatic fashion, 8-7. Only the 3rd comeback after trailing from 4th inning on for Hutchinson. So the Dragons get the 8-7 win to take the first game of this series. And now we'll see how game number 2 plays out, as the Dragons are riding an extreme high and the Busters are riding an extreme low. And we'll have the call for you in about 20 minutes. And you'll have to change the links on the Blue Dragon Sports Network to get game number 2. But we'll have the call for you right here from Hobart-Detter Field. For my little minions, Samantha Carpenter, my photographer, and Karen Carpenter running the stream, Danny Steckline and all his help, and the Blue Dragon staff, Steve Carpenter from Hobart-Detter Field reminding you the final score of game number 1, Hutchinson 8, Garden City 7. We'll be back in about 20 minutes with game number 2. Until then, so long, everybody.